I'm Kim Osorio for BET.com, sitting here with none other than Drake. I'm good. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm good. You know, it's that time, you know, but I'm holding in.
It is a special time for you.
Very much so.
Yeah. Are you excited?
Yeah. I mean, it's great. I'm here with my family and my closest friends and my colleagues, and it's a very interesting experience. It's overwhelming, but it's like I'm just trying to stay focused and learn from everything that's going on around me because I know I got to do it again and again and again. So, but I'm very excited though.
Let's talk a little bit about Young Money, because that's your crew.
Definitely.
And what we've seen. Good. I'm glad you said that, because my question is actually that what we've seen in hip hop sometimes is that crews seem to, split or break up, or there's a problem, a la Rockefeller, G Unit, or whatever. How do you think that you and Young Money, that crew, your family, where do you see you guys in a couple of years? Like, how strong is that bond?
My loyalty to Wayne comes before anything, and that's been evident in my choices, like even from day one, like I had a lot of options on where to go, where to put this album out, where to continue my career, and I didn't really care what the options were, or what people were willing to pay me or give me, because I knew that I needed Wayne involved, because he, without him giving me that phone call, that one day I wouldn't be where I am. So I would never, I would never turn my back on Wayne. I would never turn my back on Young Money. I remember being on the bus when me and Nikki had bunks, and Nikki used to wear the little snapback hat, and I used to just wear like the Montclair vest, and we all used to like I remember those times. Like I don't forget, just because things are going so well for both of us, I don't forget where we came from. And there's a lot of people in Young Money who are still waiting, for that chance to really bust and to really like be, shining stars, and there's some great talent in that group. So, I mean, I don't see us having any of the qualms or the problems that past cliques have had. But yeah, I mean, all I know is my loyalty to Wayne and Baby and Slim comes before anything. You can see it, like that's all I rep, like Young Money, Cash Money, Rap a Lot, ATF, and hip hop since 1978. Like I keep my family on me at all times.
Okay, that's like all the down south labels and stuff, right?
Yeah, that's just my family. Like this who my album came out under. So October's Very Own is my team. ATF is my friends from Toronto. You got the Young Money logo, Cash Money, Baby and Slim. Rap a Lot, because Jay Prince's son introduced me to Lil Wayne.
Okay.
So Jay Prince and Jazz Prince are involved in the project, and then you got hip hop since 1978, which is like G and Hop and Al, and then the only one missing is Brian Management, which is Cortez.
So a little bit of like all the flavors
right there. This is the family
right
right here. This is the family tree.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Yeah. A lot of rappers kind of make the transition into acting, but you've done the reverse. You were an actor first. Do you think that, it makes it harder for you coming into rap? Are the critics harder on your music?
Initially, I was like, man, I don't know how this is gonna work, I think of the people that have done it before. There have been some amazing individuals, you take like Will Smith, and I know Nick Cannon was doing music at one time. There's been people that attempted to make that move and did it in a great way, but there haven't been too many people that did it and like were respected, like super lyrically hip hop, like for real hip hop, like the core of hip hop. It was always like they attained commercial success, but when you mention great MCs, you kind of don't hear those names. So that was my goal. I was like, well, I want to be something for the younger generation to say, like, we witnessed it happen. And not only did we witness it happen, but he's one of the greatest. That's my goal one day.
You mentioned the word respect. That's important for you.
Yeah, I respect my audience and my listeners, and I respect what they want to hear. I respect where they're at in their lives. I try and make music for everybody, not just for myself, and not make music from a selfish perspective. And I do it so that I can gain the respect of others. So, yeah, respect is very important. So is loyalty, definitely.
That is, I think, something that's very interesting, because respect is something that I think a lot of the older hip hop artists, tend to look for. And these days, it's more about commercial success. Tell me about earlier hip hop, and tell me about hip hop today and what you think you would change about it if you could change something.
I personally, I could never make a change to the course that hip hop has taken. I think there have been a whole bunch of things, everything actually that's been hip hop for the last few years has brought us to this point. So I wouldn't. I don't know if I'd change anything. I can honestly say that I have the utmost respect for so many individuals who are still here, who are not with us, and I'm honored to be. Even I'm not sure how long this is gonna last or where I'm gonna end up, but I'm honored even just to be like considered in the crowd of the Jays and the M's and the Waynes and the Kanyes. Like that's like, to me, it's still surreal. Because these are my heroes, these are my icons, these are the people I grew up on. So yeah, it's definitely an honor and I love hip hop with all my heart, and I love R&B music too. I mean, I sit there and I study R&B the same way I do hip hop. I love R&B the same way I do hip hop. My favorite artist in the world is Aaliyah. So yeah, I mean, I love music. That's all.
That's funny. Your favorite artist in the world is Aaliyah. Look at my questions. Look at the fourth question or something. See that?
Yes.
No, that means I did my research.
It does.
Okay.
You see my phone. Aaliyah's on my phone too.
What is it about Aaliyah that draws you to her?
I love the fact that, and what I try and do, with myself and with 40 and Boy Wonder and the people I work with, much like Aaliyah did with Tim and with Static and a lot of the people that she worked with, was create a sound and like have a sound that's yours, that is recognized by the world, so that when people hear it or people hear somebody trying to replicate it, they say, no, you can't do that, because that sounds like. So I loved Aaliyah's words. I love her sound. I was very attracted to her. She's very beautiful. I love the visuals that were always attached with her project. I'm gonna talk about real life emotions. I just always felt like that's what Aaliyah did so well, and I miss her. I wish she was here. That's like my favorite.
So what's the big musical difference between your mixtape and Thank Me Later?
The mixtape, like a lot of the music I was inspired by, I got to utilize, which was sort of it was sort of unfair. It was like the music that inspired me, it didn't just inspire me and I went and made something. It was like, oh, I like this song and I can flip it. I can reproduce it and add a verse to it and call it my own. With the album, it doesn't work like that. You got to create everything from the bottom up, from scratch. I feel like the sound on Thank Me Later is a lot bigger. I feel like it's just all around a lot cleaner, which to some people, is a bad thing. They like that gritty mixtape feel, and but I was still on So Far Gone, like catching my footing, and I feel like Thank Me Later, I'm like standing stoic, like, okay, this is me. And next album, I want to start walking and then eventually running and jumping and flying, so that's my plan. I just want to I want to evolve every album.
I won't thank you now because you said thank you later.
Yeah,
okay. All right, BET.com.